चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थे सुभिज्यस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्म हृदय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आविश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहैतुकी। We are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 12, beginning from verse number 4. So this chapter describes Krishna's Leela of tending the cows, Gocharan Leela, and killing of Aghasura. So the chapter began that one day Krishna decided that he would have breakfast in the forest. Usually they will have breakfast and then take the calves to the forest. But on this particular day he decided to go early. And therefore he woke up everybody. So that's what God wants to do. He wants to wake up all the Jivas and have picnic. Right? But people don't want that. They want to sleep. So they went to the forest, and then there it was described how they played with their children plays. They play various types of games they used to play. Because there is no playing field, it's just forest. So various types of games which are still being played in India. So that's what they were doing, and some of them will be described here. So any question before we continue? So So verse number 4. Phala pravala stabakaha sumna picha dhatubhi kancha gunja bhimaneshwaranam bhushita api abhushayan. So bhushita api abhushayan. So when they came from home, they were already having different types of ornaments. So having ornaments was a big fashion in the olden days. Now you don't see much. In the villages, even the poor ladies used to have all types of ornaments, starting from the toes of the feet up to the top of the head, right? So many different types. Although people were poor, but one thing they had was ornaments. Gold, silver, and heavy ones. So even the children there, he said that bhushatapi, although they were already ornamented, but still they were so fond of, now they are putting ornaments from the forest. So what is available in the forest? Fruits. So you have not probably seen anybody decorated with fruits. Sometimes you decorate the deities with fruits. So phala and pravala. Praval means the tender leaves, and stabaka is like a clump, and sumana is another name for flower. So these various types of things, picha dhatubhi, and also the peacock feather, and various types of dhatu, means some, what you call, minerals like mansil, etc., geru, that reddish color, like this color. So it's a type of mineral which is found in the forest. So they were decorating their bodies with that. Like these days people have various types of tattoos. So they will make the tattoo in that, this geru color, that saffron type of color. And kacha gunja manishwarna bhushita apya bhushin. So this is what they got from the forest, but they were already decorated or ornamented with kacha, means some type of ornaments made of glass, and gunja is type of also fruit of a creeper, reddish and blackish in color. Mani, gems, swarn, gold, bhushita. So they were already decorated with these things, and when they went to the forest, they further decorated themselves. So you can understand various types of things they had. So kachadibhi purvam matribhi bhushita api phaladibhir atmanam abhushyan ityartha. So when they left the home, their mothers had already decorated them with these various types of ornaments. These days you don't see that babies are being decorated like that. You see small babies, they hardly have anything. But previously they used to have. So in the villages they will put on the hands, and the legs, and this belt, and some bell. So when the child is moving, it's making sound. They used to do that. Even the cows and bulls were ornamented. So when the cows will move, it will make a very nice sound. They're very beautiful. Those types of bells, you don't see them anymore. They make very musical sound, big ones. And you try them and the cows move, it's such a nice sound. And the ladies, of course, when they moved, they were making so much sound. So tatra kacha gunje balanam agrahat manishwarne matrinam agrahat bhushne je. So there are 4 types of ornaments which are mentioned here, which they wore when they left the home. One is kacha and gunja. So kacha is this small type of, it's actually a fruit of a creep. No, kacha is like glass and gunja is that. So this was He said this, the mother decorated the children because children themselves wanted that. And gems and gold, that mother wanted them to put on. So two are the choice of the children themselves and two are of the choice of the mother. So balance. It was not just everything was forced on them. They also had their own freedom. And then when they went to the forest, they had the full freedom now. So that means they wanted to dress themselves naturally, what is produced in the forest. Because what these gems, although they come also from the mines or mountains, but at least they have to be worked upon. And gold has to be worked upon by goldsmith. But all these fruits, flowers, kach, gunja, all this is just naturally growing and you put it on. So Krishna likes to dress himself Vanya Vesha. It is called Vanya Vesha. Means the dress or ornament which is coming from the forest itself. Everything is natural. So then there is no pollution, no industry required. So Mushnanto Anya Anyo Shikyadin Gyata Naracha Chikshipuhu Tatratyascha Punardurad Hasantascha Punardaduhu. So now in this sloka he is describing the type of games they were playing. So when children are there, one thing they like to do is play prank. Right? If you have lived in the hostel, then you probably know that how the students, they make trouble for each other. So these children were also doing that. So what they were doing is that everybody had their lunch or breakfast today, both. So they had there this shikya, this basket. So what they were doing, mushnanto anyo shikyadin, that one will steal and then one is snatch or steal and then throw it to the one who is next to you. Arad, Gyatan, Aradcha, Chikshipu. And then when you go near to him, because the child runs to get his, then he throws to another one. And then you run to there, then he throws to another one. Till he starts crying. So there are different types of children, some are tough, right? Some are more soft type. So the tough ones, they will bully the small ones like this. So they will scare them. The small one is thinking, now there is no food for me. What will I eat? So he starts crying. So tatratyascha punardurad hasantascha punardadu. And the other ones, the grown one, they will be making fun of them and laughing. And then finally they will give it to him. He says, oh no, don't cry, don't have it here. So that's how they were playing. So Mushnantaha Chorayantaha. Mushnanta means Chorayanta. You know this, in English you have the word mouse. So in Sanskrit you have Mushika. So it comes from the root mush, which means to steal. Because that's what the mouse does. Right? In the daytime they sleep, at night they come out. Thieves work at night. So in English, what mouse means you cannot understand, but if you know the Sanskrit word, you know that it steals. So this is the same root used here, mushnanta, they were stealing. So Krishna is expert in stealing, right? Not only makhan chor, but also stealing here. And shikyadi niti shikyabhya uttarya prathamameva annadi patrani mudritam mukhatvat. So shikyadin shikyabhya uttarya, taking out from the shikya, and then the pots inside they were already closed properly so that the ants do not go. Mudrit mukhatvat piplikadi duspraveshani kvachit tarutale kantakadi bhiravritya sthapitani jayam. So now you cannot carry your food everywhere. Once you go to the forest and their calves are going to graze, so you put your food down. So some were hiding it, others were hanging from the tree, right? So he says some people, they were putting it in the bush, tarutale, kantakadevi, put under a tree and put some thorny bush on it. Because if you don't do that, maybe the calf will come and see what this guy is eating. He also got a smell. So he may also at least try to open it and spoil it. So therefore he says, Kantakadibhir avritya sthapitani tijayam. Taneva jatan satah arad dure shikshipu. So others were noticing that where is he hiding his food. So then he went and pulled it out and threw it. Tatraiva vidrutya netam prasthute sati tatratya balas tatopi durat shikshepu. So the boy whose food it was, then he ran to get it. So by the time he went near, then he throws it further away. And like this he makes him run from one to another. Evam anavasthaya swasva dravyam aprapnuvato balan rudan mukhan avlokya teva hasanto dadu. So in this way there was anavastha, because wherever he goes to the next one. You know this anavastha dosh in philosophy, where one thing leads to another, another to another, another to, and there is no end. And then it becomes a chakraka, comes back. So he says like that the situation was, and when they could not get their own dravya, on their own pot or food, so then they became like as if they are about to cry. So when they saw that this boy is about to cry, then they gave him laughingly. Because they were just making fun of him. Yadi duragatam Krishna vanshobhekshanayatam aham purvam iti samsprishare mire. And sometimes Krishna went far away to see the beauty of the forest. So that means the forest was very beautiful. So he went to see nice trees, flowers, fruits. So there's so much variety in the forest. Sometimes I go to west, there is no variety. Only one type of straight tree. So very monotonous. So here Vrindavan is not like that. So different types of fruits and flowers naturally growing. So Krishna will go. So when he went by himself, then other children, they saw where is Krishna and they don't see him. So they run to touch him. And someone will say, I'm going to touch him first, I'm going to touch him first. So this is called Aham Purvika. Who is going to get him first? And then whoever touched him first, then he will jump in ecstasy. I touched him, I touched him. So in this way, they relished. So this was a competition. Right? In the material world, you want to have a competition. So competition should be who attains Krishna first. That should be the competition. If you want to have, people talk of transcendental competition. So this is the one. So that's what they were doing. Tam Krishnam sansprishya iti ayam ahamiti vidrutya pratham Krishna sparsham natutvam natvam iti kolahalam kurvanta. So they were running and each one was saying, I am going to touch him first. I am going to touch him first, not you. So there was a big noise of everybody saying this, I will touch him, I will touch him first. And thus they ran. And then in the next 4 slokas, he describes the various types of activities they were doing there in the forest. Different things. So kechid venuna vadayanto dhvanta shringani kechana kechid shringai pragayanta kujanta kokilai pare. So some children, they were playing on their flute. So it was not only Krishna who used to play flute, but other children also played flute. And then they will have a competition who plays best. So of course Krishna is the supreme musician. but he will encourage others also to play. So therefore, Kechid Venun Vadayanto. And Venu is available in the forest. You don't have to go and buy it anywhere, just get it, make holes, start playing. So Kechid Venun Vadayanto Dhvanta Shringani Kechane. And then others, they were blowing the horn. So this horn blowing comes from here. Even these days you say the word horn is used, but they were actually using the real horn, not the modern horn. So that's why in India, if you go on the road, many times you see behind the truck it is written blow horn. Right? This is the only country where you will see you are encouraged to blow horn. Everywhere they will say don't blow horn. So in India we have a tradition of blowing horn right from Krishna's time. So he says Dhamanta Shringani Kechana Kechit Shringai Bringai Pragayanta. And then there were others, they were singing along with the bees. So they were imitating the sound of the bee. And Kujantaha Kokilahi Parai. And then this cuckoo, which has a very melodious sound. So then they will also imitate their sound. So Kaka Krishna Pika Krishna Ko Bheda Kaka Pika Yoho Agate Tu Vasanta Kale Kaka Kaka Pika Pika. So you have seen a crow is black in color and a cuckoo is also black in color. And they both look similar in size also. So he says that a crow is black, a cuckoo is black. What is the difference between a crow and a cuckoo? This is the sloka I learned when I first learned Sanskrit in 6th grade. This was one of the sloka. So he says that it's only when the spring season comes, then a crow is a crow and a cuckoo is a cuckoo. So what does it mean? That the cuckoo will sing beautifully and crow will be having that croaking sound. So this is kokil, supposed to be singing in the 5th note, Pancham Swara. So Kujantaha Kokilahi Pare. And Vichhayabhi Pradhavanto Gacchanta Sadhuhanskaihi Bakair Upavishantascha Nityantascha Kalapibhi. Then there were some who were trying to chase the shadow of a bird flying. So obviously some big bird makes big shadow. So if the bird is flying, if it is too high, you will not have the shadow, means not too high. So then the child is running to as if trying to catch the shadow. So Vichhayabhi Pradhavanto Gacchanta Sadhu Hamskai. And then some were trying to walk along with the swans. So there were swans walking beautifully. And they are also walking like that with them. And Bakairupa Vishantascha, when there were crane in a lake standing on one leg, like a yogi doing tapasya. So some people, some boys will go and sit there or stand still, meditating. And Nrityantascha Kalapibhi. And some of them, they were dancing along with the peacocks. So peacocks like to dance. So they were also dancing with them. Vikarshantaha Kisha Balan Arohantascha Tai Druman Vikarvantascha Tai Shakam Plavantascha Palashishu. And then there were some more other boys who were a little more bold and naughty. So what they did, that monkey is sitting, so go quietly and catch the tail of the monkey. So these monkeys which you see here, they don't have big tail. But you have seen the other one with the blackish, that langur, they call them Hanuman monkey. They have a very long tail, and their tail is straight. So when they sit on the tree, the tail hangs down like 5 feet. So it says Vikarshanta Kesha Balan. So then they will go and hold the tail of a baby monkey. The big one can jump on them. They're very powerful. And then the monkey will run. So they will run with him. They also climb the tree. Arohantascha taidruman. So they will also jump from one tree to another tree, from one branch to another branch, trying to chase them. So they were good at that. And vikurvantascha taisakam. And sometimes when you go near the monkey, what does monkey do? Tries to scare you. Right? Makes a face. Right? Show his teeth. So they will also do to them. They also responded. Vikurvantascha taisakam. So when they were trying to scare them, then the children will also try to scare him back, showing their teeth and eyes. And plavantascha palashishu. And they will jump on the palasha trees. Sakam bhaikair vilanghanta sarita srava samplutaha vihasanta pratichaya shapantascha pratiswanan. And some will jump along with the frogs. So frogs are jumping, then they will also go on the ground, and with the hand and legs they will also jump like frogs with them and try to cross the streams coming from the river, Sarita Srava Sampluta. And some will be playing with their own shadow, Vihashanta Pratichaya, laughing and seeing and making fun. And Shapantascha Pratiswanan. And then there are others, they will go to a well and make a sound, or go to a cave and make a sound. And then you get the resonation, echo. So they will say, oh, he's trying to challenge me. So then he will curse him. He says, you challenge me? So then the sound will come, you challenge me? So he said, just wait, I'm coming. And he will say, just wait, I'm coming. Right?
Mirror image also. Mirror image also.
Yes. So in Hitopdesh there is a story that how the jackal got lion to jump into the well. They were troubled by the lion. So he went, sir, you are the king, but now we see there is another king. And he's saying that we should bow down to him and not to you. So the lion said, who is there? I am the only king. He says, well, he's there. He's living in that well. He says, let me go there. So take me there. So he goes and he says, he's inside that. I'm scared. I don't want to go there. Because if he goes there, his shadow will also come. So he says, you please go. There is one there. So the lion goes and sees inside the well and he says, yeah, there is one. Big one. So he roars. So then he is also roaring back. So then he's from backside. He says, see, I told you. He's not afraid of you. He's challenging you. So then this lion jumps inside. Says, okay, I will take care of him. He says, Haribol. So therefore he says, Shapantascha Pratiswanan. That they were cursing the echo. So this is how they were playing there. So there is some little comment on this. Dhmanta Vadayanta Veenam Pakshinam Chayabhi. So Dhmanta means playing. And with Chaya means the shadow of the birds. Kidrishan balan vriksha shakhasu lambamānāni vānara langulāni tair muchyamānaischa langulair dridham dhrutair druman arohanta vikurvanta bhruvijrimbhadi mukhvikaran kurvanta. So there are baby monkeys whose tails were hanging, so they will catch that and not leave it. So then the monkey would jump, so they will also jump. And then vikurvanta means bhru vijrambadi mukhvikaran kurvanta, and they're trying to make faces with their eyebrows and what you call opening the mouth. Tatha taisaha palasha shishu vriksheshu plavanta. So they will also jump on the palasha trees. Shakhaya shakhantaram gacchanta, going from one branch to another branch. So one of the name for monkey in Sanskrit is called Shakha Mriga. Mriga means deer. So deer is very good in jumping and running around, but on the ground. And monkeys can do the same thing on the tree. So therefore they are called tree deer. Shakha Mriga. The way a deer can run on the ground, monkey can run on the tree like that. So he is a tree deer. So that's what is said here, jumping from one branch to another branch. So now there is a very nice verse in which he speaks. Ittham satam brahma sukhanubhutya dasyam gatanam paradaivatena maya shritanam nardarakena sakam vijrahu krita punya punjaha. So Sri Sukadeva Goswami is now praising the good fortune of these boys, that how wonderful and how elevated are these boys. These are not ordinary boys. So he says that in this way, Itham Nardarkena Sakam Vijrahu Krit Punya Punja, that these boys who are called here as Krita Punya Punja. Punja means heaps, and Punya means piety, as if they have performed heaps of pious deeds, and as a result of that they have this good fortune to play with Krishna like this, because who has the fortune to play with him like this? So he says that even great yogis, jnanis, they do not have such an opportunity. So he says Itham satam brahma sukhanubhutya, that satam, the jnanis, who only think of absolute reality as Brahma Sukha, Brahmananda. So they have no possibility that they can play with Krishna. They cannot even dream of it, because for them ultimate reality is only Nirakar, not a person. So that who is Brahma Sukha for these jnanis, and dasyam gatanam paradaivatena, then there are devotees in the dasya bhava who think of Krishna as Ishvara, Paradevata. So they also have no possibility of playing with him, because he is Ishvara and they are dasas. So dasas do not play with the master. So Maya Shritanam Nardarakena, and then there are other people, normal people, they thought that Krishna is just an ordinary boy. So all these three category of people do not have any possibility of playing with Krishna. But these boys, they played with him, Vijrahu Krit Punya Punja. So this is the supremacy of Vrajvasis. See the greatness that this Krishna, who is not achievable like this by jnanis, yogis, and even bhaktas who only know about the majestic feature of Krishna, so they cannot relish this kind of Leela pastime with him. But Vraj Gopas, these Gopalas, they played with him like this. So we left the commentary on the previous verse. Shravena nadyadi tatebhyah parishruta jalena sampluta purita santi sarit chudradhara. So that explanation that on the bank of the river there were some small streams, not the river itself, and they will be jumping on that. And the next he describes playing with their own shadow. Pratichaya swapratibimban bhujot kshepadibhir vihasanta. So they will see their own bimba or reflection, and then they will try to make fun of it by slapping on their arms. You want to fight with me? Come. Pratiswanan pratidhvanin shapanta, and then they will curse their echo, the sound which comes back. Rere kastvam brusha iti. So they will say, hey, who are you? Tell me. So when they will say like this, then the sound will also come back. And they say, oh, you are talking to me like this. So rere kastvam brusha iti swapratidhvanim srutya kupitaha kimare mameva rere karenakshipsi. So I say, oh, you are calling me rere. So rere is like without respect. So if you want to call somebody with respect, you say hey, like hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandha, like you use the word hey. And re is like when you call somebody junior to you or not with much respect, then you say re. So he's saying, you are saying me re. So Tattvam adyeva shighram mriyashva. Therefore you die today only. You're so disrespectful to me. Punar anavasthaya akroshante. But then he will say the same thing to him. So here also there was anavastha. Because whatever he says, then the response comes back and there is no end to it. Unless you stop, he is not going to stop. So then they are getting more angry and cursing. So that is verse number 10. Now he explains Itham Satham Brahma Sukhanubhutya, this verse. Evam tesham kridam nirvarne vrajoksham iti uttar shlokoktya tadadi vrajvasi matranameva saubhagyam sarvebhyeva sakashad adhikatvena stauti ithamiti. So in this way, Sri Sukadeva Goswami, after describing the play of the children, he describes the fortune of the children, and with that he wants to show the great fortune not only of the children but of every Vraja resident. Vrajvasinam Vrajvasi matranam eva saubhagyam sarvebhya eva sakashad adhikatvena stauti. That they are more fortunate than anyone else, because this is the highest attainment. This is the topmost position. There is nothing higher than this, because there is nothing higher than Krishna, and therefore there is nothing higher than Krishna Prema. And these Vrajvasis have it naturally, so therefore they are the supreme. Therefore Brahma will say this himself later on, Aho Bhagyam, Nanda Gopa Vrajokasham. So Yan Mitram Paramanandam Purna Brahma Sanatana. So even Brahma marveled at the fortune of the Vrajvasis, Aho Bhagyam, Aho Bhagyam. Therefore he says it 2 times in great wonder, Aho. So Sukadeva Goswami is saying a similar statement here. And that's why these 3 chapters are very important, because they give the tattva about Krishna and Krishna Bhakti. So therefore he says that Sakashad Adhikatvena Stauti. So he is praising them in this sloka, Ithamiti. Atra Jagati Prayas Trividha eva Jana Ganyante. So he says that in this world generally there are only 3 types of people. Jnanino Bhakta Karminascha. So there are Jnanis, there are devotees, and then there are karmis, materialistic people. Now there are only 1 type, generally speaking, right? Because everybody wants to be equal now. We are all same. So therefore these 3 are mentioned here. Brahma Sukhanubhutya is the Jnani, and Dasyam Gatanam Paradaivatena is Bhakta, and Naradarkena, Maya Shritanam Naradarkena is Karmi. So these Vrajvasis are superior to all of them. Tatra satam bhaktimatvena satchabdena uchyamananam jnaninam brahmacha tatsukhamcha anubhutischa taya sahaiti Krishna sarirasya brahma sukhanubhutitvam tenaiva saha tesham viharat tasmat tadakarasya prakritatvam achakshanap jnaninam jnanimanino anya satchabdena naivuchyante iti jayam. So he is making distinction between 2 types of jnanis. There are jnanis who also have some bhakti, and there are other shushka jnanis, dry jnanis. So there are wet jnanis and there are dry jnanis. So here the wet jnanis are being praised, not the dry ones. So therefore he says satam bhakti matvena sabchabdena uchamananam jnaninam. That jnani are those which are, the word sat is used for them, means they also have bhakti besides their goal being Brahman. So Brahma cha tat sukham cha anubhutis cha tayasa. So Brahma sukhanubhutya. So anubhuti means experience, sukha means happiness, and Brahma means Brahman. So they are experiencing the happiness of Brahman. So Brahma sukhanubhutya satam. So this satam. But these Gopalas, they are playing with him, not just experiencing Brahma sukha. Taya sahaiti. So there is these cowherd boys, they are playing with him. Krishna sarirasya brahma sukhanubhutitvam. So Krishna, the body of Krishna itself is the greatest experience of Brahma Sukha. So that is the significance. Tenaiva saha tesham viharat. So it is with him that they are doing vihar, or they are having pleasure with him. Tasmat tadakarasya prakritatvam achakshanaha janamanino anye shabdena naivuchyante. Therefore those jnanis who think that Krishna's body is material, those jnanis are not called by the word sat here, satam. So they cannot be called satpurushas. So these are the jnanis which we studied in Vedanta Paribhasha, because they consider that Krishna's body is material. So they are only jnani manina, they only think they are jnanis. They are not really. Jnanis. Then dasyang gatanam keval bhakti matam satam pardevtena ishtadevena iti tadanintanam rajastha jana bhinna prayo dasa bhakta eva iti teva nirdishta. So he says that dasya gatanam, the others who think of Krishna as Ishvara and they only have bhakti, means they don't have prema. They have devotion but not prema. So they think of him as Paradevata or Ishvara, Ishtadeva, and therefore he says that at that time when Krishna appeared here, the devotees other than the Brajvasis generally came in this category. So they also did not have the opportunity to play with Krishna like this as Brajvasis have. So that Krishna or that God whom these devotees think as Paradevata or Supreme Ishvara, with him they are playing. So therefore they are superior to them. Then the third one is Maya Shritanam Nardarkena. So Mayam Vashaikam Sukham Ashritanam Karminam Nardarakena Prakrita Manushya Balataya Pratiyamanena Krishnena Sahiti Vijna. So they think that Krishna is just another boy like so many boys, Nardaraka, he is a human child, because they are only absorbed in material happiness, Maya Sukha. So they also do not have chance to play with him because they are not interested in this. He says, why we have to play with him? He's just another human boy. We want to make money. So therefore they have no opportunity. So with such a Krishna, the Brajvasis, they played. Jnaninam tad anubhava eva na tu tena sa vihara sambhavet. So Jnanis only have an experience of Brahman, there is no possibility of playing with him. Bhaktanam gauravena tad bhajanam eva na tu vihara yogyata. And the devotees who are mentioned here, they have gaurav buddhi or they have respect for him. So they only do service but no playing with him. They do not have the ability to do that. Karminam tu na tad anubhava pritya bhavat na tad bhajanam api kutaste na sa vihara. And the karmis, there is no possibility of they playing with him because they don't even have any experience of him, nor do they think that he is Ishvara, so they also do not do any bhakti to him. So therefore they have no chance to enjoy his association. So Naham Prakasha Sarvasya Yoga Maya Samavrita. So he is covered to them if they cannot understand him. एते तु विजरहु विहारयस्तं स्वानंद परिपूर्णमपि प्रेम विलासमय आनंद विशेषं प्रापय्य एव स्वयमपि सर्वतो विलक्षणम आनंददु इति अर्थ. But these boys are very special. That not only that they played with him, but they actually experienced that supreme ananda, which is manifestation of premamaya. Premamaya ananda vishesha prapaya. So swananda paripurnam. Although Krishna himself is full of ananda, to this Krishna also they are giving ananda. And swayam api sarvata vilakshanam. And then they are giving ananda to him. So are they also getting some or not? So he said, yes, they are also enjoying. So many times we think Krishna is supreme enjoyer, and like everybody else is suffering. No, he is not only supreme enjoyer, he is also supreme giver of enjoyment to his devotees. Otherwise we only think that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer in Vaikuntha. He is not the supreme enjoyer. All these people also are enjoying. So So therefore there is no such thing that you become jealous of him, you become envious. There is no jealousy or envy there because everybody is enjoying. You become envious when someone else has and you don't have it. But everybody, so Krishna is also giving them pleasure. They are trying to give pleasure to him and he is giving pleasure to them. So that's the meaning Vijrahu, that they all enjoyed. Not only Krishna enjoyed, but everybody was enjoying. And this enjoyment is beyond any material conception. Just like yesterday we studied the meaning of Asankhya, unlimited. So their bliss is also unlimited. That's why there are so many. All these things, cows, cowherd boys, everything is Asankhya. Why? Because there is so much play going on, so much enjoyment. There is no limit. So there is no possibility to think that somebody is lacking something there. So that's why it says Paripurna. It says Swananda Paripurnamapi. Krishna is Paripurna. This is the concept which is beyond logic, that something is complete and still it gets more. If you have a cup which is full of water, you cannot put more water in it. Right? But here there is a cup which is full of water and it still can take more and remains full. So Krishna is Paripurna, the boys are also, but still they want to enjoy. That means still they need more. Right? He wanted to enjoy this picnic like Viksharantum Manaschakre Yogamayam Upashrita, as he will describe in chapter 29, that Bhagavan Apita Ratri. So even Bhagavan means he is Paripurna, he is complete. Still Rantum Manaschakre, still he decided. So this is the beauty of prema. This is not material prema, that you are not feeling fulfilled. And you are never fulfilled. So here they feel fulfilled and still they are engaging in it. So this is most wonderful thing. And this is what is being described here. Otherwise people get confused thinking, well, what is so special about it? Why you are saying this, Krishna is doing this, doing that. So these other Vaishnavas who are in Dasya Bhav, they cannot understand this. It is beyond their concept also. So that's why he was bringing this point here. So it's a very important verse, because Dasyam Gatanam Paradaivatena, that even the bhaktas who are in Dasya Bhav, even they cannot have this type of experience which these Vrajvasis, these Gopalas are having. So this is what Mahaprabhu came to deliver. This is his speciality. These people cannot tolerate if you tell this to them. Ataha sarvebhya sakashad eteva krit punya iti kim vaktavyam. So therefore, in comparison to all other people, these Vrajvasis are the one who have done piety more than anyone else. So therefore it says Krit Punya Punja Eva. So they have heaps of punya. But then this will now bring a question that how is it that you can attain this by doing some punya? Punya is a material activity, piety. So how is that by piety you can attain prema? So therefore he answers that. He says, Eva iti loka pratitya eva uktir natu nitya siddhanam tesham nikhlebhyo jnanibhyo bhaktebhyascha utkrishtatamānam tatra na prachina punyavatvam vastuto heturiti gyan. So he says this statement is made just as we speak in general here in the material world. Because they are nitya siddhas, they are eternal associates. So if they are eternal associates, then where is the question that they did some piety and then they attained it? So therefore he says this is just a way of glorifying them, just to speak like that. It's like you say, what great austerities Nanda Maharaj did. Nanda Kim, right? This question came earlier. So it's not that Nanda Maharaj has done some tapasya to attain his position. He is an eternal associate. So there, the other meaning was given that it was applicable to the Nanda who were in the previous life, did some austerity, but not the eternal Nanda. So here of course the situation is not there. Therefore he says that if these people are superior even to Jnani Bhaktas and Dasya Bhaktas, then where is the question that they have performed some punya to attain? So he says in reality their position does not have any cause, cannot be explained by any cause that because of this they have this position. It is nirhetuka or causeless. Punya shabdena Bhagavat priya charanam va lakshaniyam tadvasikara atishaya rupa prayojana labhaya. Or the word punya means the feet of Krishna. So means to say that they have controlled his feet or controlled him. Bhagavat priya acharanam, actually there is a problem, it's written wrongly. The way it is written is like charan. It is Bhagavat priya acharanam. Means the krit punya, punya because punya means pious deed. So here pious deed means they are performing activities which are pleasing to Krishna. Which means bhakti. That they are performing devotion because it is only from devotion that devotion comes. So that's what signifies that because of their pure devotion, pure love, Krishna is under their control. Because he is playing with them just like any other boy. He is under their control. So this is the end of his comment. If there is any question on this.
I had one question a little bit earlier. When he was talking about Jnani's Anubhav, he used this phrase, Krishna Sharirasya Brahma Sukha Anubhutitam. So, I'm not quite clear on the relationship of, or why this Brahma Sukha is being related with the body of Krishna.
Because they think that Krishna is Brahman personified. That's their understanding. They are not like the other Jnanis who think that Krishna's body is material. It is with the upadhi of Vidya. I think you didn't attend those classes, but in Vedanta Paribhasha we studied that. So these Jnanis, they think that it is Brahman which is manifest as Krishna. So therefore the body is Krishna Sarira is Brahman.
And one other point, when he's talking about the karmis here, a little bit later, and he mentions karminam tu natad anubhav priti abhavat. So is he drawing a causal relationship between anubhav and priti, saying that they have no anubhav because they have no priti?
Yeah, because they don't even think that he is God. That's why it says Nardaraken, and they just think that he's just a material body.
So what is the function of the phrase priti abhavat in this sentence?
Otherwise, how can you have understanding of Krishna without priti?
Yeah, okay.
Bhaktya mama vijanante. Yes.
Maharaj, we studied this point, this prem vilasmaya anand vishesham prapya eva swayamapi sarvato vilakshanam anandur iti artha. So this vilakshanam anandur, this is not clear. What does this
Vilakshanam Ananandu. This Nadi, Nad Dhatu, Nanandu. It is Nanandu. Ananandu.
मीन्स वो उनको विलक्षण आनंद
Anand प्राप्त हुआ.
हेतु बन रहा है.
No, they also got himself. They gave pleasure to Krishna and then they also got themselves.
Okay, विलक्षणम आनंद
Ananandu.
आनंद.
There are two now there. I think you're missing them.
Okay. Fine.
I have one question. The cowherd boys are eternal associates, Nitya Parikaras. Then is that position available to conditioned souls?
Yeah.
Can they join and be also cowherd friends of Krishna, or is that not possible?
Yes. That is the Sakhya Bhav. Sakha Bhav.
So what, they become assistants of the ones that are already there?
Yes. Yes, Tanma.
I was thinking about this Dasya Gatanam Paradevatena. There you said that these Dasyas do not have prema. So I was wondering whether, I mean, the people who are in Vaikuntha with Narayan, for example, they have prema, right? But it's Aishwarya Pradhan.
Yeah, he is using the word prema in the sense of this Vraj prema.
Okay. So then the dasas that are actually in Vraja, because there are these dasya,
There are
is also one of,
not too many dasas here. Because he is a king, he is not a king here. You see, you have dasa when you have some majesty. If you are just a man on the street, what kind of servant will you have? I mean, he himself is going to the forest with a stick in his hand. If he had a servant, why would he have to do? If he is a rich person does not go with the cows in the forest, right? They have servants to do that. So that is just for saying that, okay, Dasya Bhav is also there. But truly speaking, you only see this Sakhya, Vatsalya and Madhurya. These are the predominant ones.
So can we say that there's no real Dasya Bhav in...
No, it is there, but now imagine what are you going to do there? Wash his clothes. So the parents are doing that. So there must be some servants also there. It's not like in Vaikuntha, where mostly it is Dasya Bhav. Because you cannot have, Narayana cannot have Sakha, right? He is boss there, so there cannot be 2, 3, 10 bosses. Boss is one, right? But cowherd boy can be so many. Not together. It's not a boss. Anything else? Yeah.
The concept of punya is not a concept, but how you explain it. Is it applicable to the Mangalachaku when he met the prostitute in Germany, and also Pingala in the 11th Canto when she realized that what she's doing is when she I think there was a sage that Atreya who came to her house, and his presence kind of had an effect on her, making a decision to renounce the world. Is it the same situation?
No. Punya simply means doing some material activity as prescribed in the Vedas, like doing charity, doing some, like here in summertime, giving water to thirsty, giving food, giving clothes, shoes, umbrella, this is what is called punya.
Also, I was talking about the devotional aspect of it.
No, this punya does not have. The punya does not have devotional aspect, that's why I said it's no hetu. When it has devotional aspect, we don't really call it punya.
Oh.
Punya means these activities which are prescribed. Anything else?
Babaji,
Yeah.
Babaji, if this Asankhya number with these boys is there, then how are they relating with him? Because, I mean, thousands are there, so is it like in Rāsa-līlā where Krishna manifests to the gopis individually? There's something like that?
These days on Twitter you can have many friends, right? On the Facebook, is there any limit? How many friends you can have on the Facebook?
Millions.
So, what is the problem? They are doing it without Facebook, that's all. Okay.
Maharaj, one question last. What is the meaning of this Tad Vashikar Atishay Roop Prayojan Labha? The last words of the verse, the commentaries. Bhagavat Priya Acharanam Va Lakshaniyam Tad Vashikar Atishay Roop Prayojan Labha.
Means to have Krishna under control.
Tad Vashikar Atishay Roop Prayojan Labha.
Yeah. Vashikar, you know Vashikar?
Vashikar Atish.
So Krishna is coming under their control, that he is forgetting that he is God. This is Vashikar Atishaya.
Okay.
So he become controlled by their love. So they behave in such a way, that is the meaning of punya. Their acharan is so pleasing to Krishna, Bhagavat Priya Acharanam. It's so pleasing that he comes under their control.
Okay. So for this Prayojan, Labh is their acharan.
Just a way of explaining it. That acharan, Bhagavat Priya Acharanam. That is the meaning. Punya Shabdena Bhagat Priya Acharanam Va Lakshaniyam. It's another meaning he gives which fits here in the context because the other meaning does not fit. Okay.